Okay, so today we will be discussing the computation of gross income. So as we discussed on the previous week, with regards to income, all income are taxable, right? All income are taxable for uh, except for certain income that we will be discussing later. Okay? Especially do sa mga nagtatrabaho dyan, as much as possible, you want to avoid taxes. Although we discussed that tax is very important, okay? Very important sa ating gobyerno, but syempre bilang kinita natin yon, as much as possible, we want to take advantage of all the taxes, or we want to take advantage of all the income that we earn as much as possible, right? So it is important to know what are those income which is not subject to taxation. Okay? Okay. Okay. So gross income. So income the general definition of gross income, except when otherwise provided in the title of the in this title or the National Internal Revenue Code, gross income means all income derived from whatever sources, including but not limited to the following items. And what are those items? So gross income includes compensation from service in whatever form paid, including but not limited to fees, salaries, wages, commission, and similar items. Okay? Okay. Nakita nyo ba you're still seeing my screen, right?
Yes po.
Okay. So ibig sabihin, lahat ng kinita mo, regardless kung paano mo siya kinita, is subject to taxation, or that is included in your gross income. Okay? Either commission ka man, or let's say barter man ang iyong source of income, right? That is considered as gross income. Okay? Next is gross income derived from the conduct of trade or business or the exercise of a profession. So if, for example, you are selling products and services, that is considered as your gross income. Gain derived from dealings in properties. So for example, broker ka, right? Yung mga nagbebenta-benta ng lupa, right? So hindi sa'yo yung lupa, pero kilala mo kung sino yung may-ari ng lupa. And kilala mo rin kung sino yung gustong bumili dun sa lupa. So what you do is you became the middleman, okay? Or nagiging broker ka para pagkasunduin yung buyer and seller, and that kind of transaction, definitely you will have a percentage or commission on that. So your commission is considered as your gross income. Next, interest. What are interest? So for example, yung mga kinikita mo sa bangko, yung interest na kinikita mo sa savings account mo sa bangko, or let's say nagpautang ka, then yung pinautang mo may interest. So those are also considered as your gross income. Rent. So kung nagpapaupa ka ng bahay, nagpapaupa ka ng kotse, nagpapaupa ka ng puri, joke lang, hindi kasama yung puri. Okay? Kasi bawal yon. So kung nagpapaupa ka, whatever is the income that you derive on rent, that is considered as your gross income. Royalties, ano ba yung royalties? Example, gumawa ka ng libro. Kung gumawa ka ng libro, binenta mo, at the publishing company will pay you royalty on that. Okay? That is considered as a gross income. Dividends, for example, kung meron kang shares of stocks, with San Miguel or with Jollibee, and usually they are declaring dividends every quarter, right? So the dividends that you earn on your share of stocks is also your gross income. And with this, same thing. Next is you have prizes and winnings. That is also included in your gross income. Yung mga panalo ni Pacquiao during his fight, that is subject to that is included in the gross income. Pension, Okay, alam niyo naman yan. Partners distributive share of the net income of the general professional partnership. So for example, nagtayo kayo ng partnership na marketing firm. Yan, for example. Then kumita yung kumpanya nyo, minus all deductions. So the net income of the company or of the partnership, then i-distribute yun sa mga partners. Once na i-distribute yun, the portion that was distributed to you as a partner is considered as your gross income. Exclusion from gross income, the following item shall not be included in the gross income and shall be exempted from taxation under this item. Ito yung sinasabi natin that there are income which exception applies. There is an exception applies which it is not subject to any taxation or hindi siya subject to tax. So number 1, life insurance. Okay? The proceeds of a life insurance policy paid to the heirs or beneficiaries upon the death of the insurer. So that is not subject to or that is excluded in the gross income. Whether in a single sum or otherwise, but if such amount are held by the insurer under an agreement to pay interest thereon, the interest payments shall be included in the gross income. So kung merong interest, so for example, yung lolo mo na may insurance, ininsured ka, let's say nag-pass your paper siya, sumalangit nawa ang kanyang kaluluwa, pinamanahan ka niyan, meron kang insured siya ng 10 million pesos life insurance. Okay? Then ang sabi sa iyo ng insurer, sir, pwede mong i-installment, pwede mong i-lump sum. Pag kinuha mo ng lump sum, makukuha mo yung 10 million right away. Pag you opt to installment, ang bayad namin sa iyo, meron kang interest doon sa portion na hindi pa namin na i-distribute sa iyo. So whatever is the interest that you agreed upon, that is included in the gross income. Amount received by insured as returned premium, the amount received by the insured as a return of premium paid by him under life insurance, endowment, or annuity contracts, either during the term of the maturity of the term mentioned in the contract or upon surrender of the contract. Pag binabalik na yung premium na binayad mo, so that is excluded from gross income. Gifts, bequests, and devices. So the value of the property acquired by gift, bequest, device, or descent provides, however, that income from such property as well as gift, devices, and descent of income from any property in case of transfer of divided interest shall be included in the gross income. So kung merong regalo sa iyo, that is not included. Okay? Next, compensation for injury or sickness. So the amount received through accident or health insurance or under Workmen Compensation Act as compensation of personal injuries or sickness, plus the amount of any damages received, whether by suit or agreement on the account of such injury or sickness, is not subject to or is excluded in the gross income. Next is income exempt from treaty. Income of any kind to extend required by any treaty obligation by the government of the Philippines. So for example, if you are a foreigner working in the Philippines, then nakalagay doon sa iyong agreement or doon nagkaroon ng treaty yung gobyerno with the foreign country that all employees deployed here in the Philippines should not be subject to tax, or the income is not included in not taxable, therefore that will also apply. Retirement benefit, pension, and gratuities, so that is also not included in the gross income. Okay, retirement benefit received under Republic Act 7641 and those received by the officials and employee of a private firm, whether individual or corporate, in accordance with the reasonable private benefit plan maintained by the employer, provided that the retiring official or employee has been in service of the same employer for at least 10 years and not less than 50 years of age at the time of his retirement. Provided further that the benefits granted under the subparagraph shall be availed of by the official or employee only once. So an example of this is yung PILEC dati, Philippine Electric. Ito yung subsidy ng Meralco na gumagawa sila ng transformer. Yung transformer, hindi si Optimus Prime tsaka si Megatron. Yung transformer sa kuryente, yung poste ng kuryente, may nakikita kayong drum na malaki doon. Yun yung dati ginagawa yun ng PILEC. May isang empleyado, inabutan siya kasi meron silang CBA or Collective Bargaining Agreement na forced retirable na ang empleyado if naging 60 years old na siya or 30 years of service, whichever is higher. Kaso nagtrabaho siya dun sa kumpanya na yon, 20 years old pa lang siya. So ang nangyari, dahil forced retire siya, 50 years old pa lang siya, so kailangan niya na mag-retire kasi umabot na siya ng 30 years of service. Now, the retirement benefit which was given to him is not considered as a gross income or not included in the computation of the gross income. Okay, for the purpose of the subsection, the term reasonable private benefit plan means a pension, gratuity, stock bonus, or profit sharing plan maintained by an employer for the benefit of some of or all of his officials or employees with working contributions are made by such employers for the official or employee, or both for the purpose of distributing such officials and employee the earnings and principal of the funds thus accumulates, and where it is provided in said plan that at no time shall any part of the corpus or income of the funds be used for or diverted to any purpose other than the exclusive benefit of the said official or employee. Okay? Next, any amount received by an official or employee or by their or employer as a consequence of the separation of such official or employee from the service of the employer because of death, sickness, or other physical disability, or any cause beyond the control of the said official or employee. So those are also considered, those are also not included in the computation of the gross income. The provision of any existing law to contrary notwithstanding Social Security benefits, retirement gratuities, pension, and other similar benefit received by resident or non-resident of the Philippines or alien who comes to the reside permanently in the Philippines from foreign government agency and other institutions, private or public. And payment of benefits due or to be due to any person residing in the Philippines under the law of the United States administered by the United States Veterans Administration. But I think this medyo konti na lang to, no? Kasi this was a benefit which was established dun sa mga veterans of the Philippines during the World War II. Benefits received from or enjoyed under the Social Security system in accordance with the provision of Republic Act 8282. So for example, kung yung mga magulang nyo ay nagtrabaho sa private company, then nag-retire na sila, naka-receive na sila ng 60 or 60 years old na sila, retirable na sila, then they are receiving their benefit from SSS. So that benefit, that retirement benefit that they are receiving from SSS is considered not included in the computation of the gross pay, or I mean gross income. Same thing with GSIS. If you are a member or if you are an employee of the government, such as kagaya ko, empleyado ko ng gobyerno, and your teachers, your full-time professors in RTU, I think they are also members of GSIS. So if they retire, or the retirement income that they are receiving, or the pension that they are receiving is not included in the computation of the gross income. Okay, next. Income derived by the government or its political subdivision. So income derived from any public utility or from the exercise of any essential governmental function accruing to the government of the Philippines or to any political subdivision thereof. So it is not included in their gross income. So ano ba yan? So for example, yung let's say yung anong tawag doon? Yung city licenses and franchising board. Yan, yun yung function ng isang city na nagko-control ng tricycle, right? Yung city tricycle licensing and tariff board. Yan. So syempre dahil meron silang fees, those fees na kinikita nila is not subject to, okay, it is a governmental function. Although nagpapabayad sila, meron silang income doon, that income is not subject to taxation or it is not included in the gross income. Bakit? Kasi, okay, it's like just getting, an income of the local government unit. But it is not subject to, it is not included in the gross income. Okay, prizes and awards. Prizes and awards made primarily in recognition of religious, charitable, scientific, educational, artistic, literary, or civic achievement is also not included as your gross income. And that is if okay, the recipient was selected without any action on his part to either to enter into the contest or proceeding, or the recipient is not required to render substantial future service as a condition to receive the said prize or award. So, for example, hindi naman ikaw nag-apply dun sa isang contest. Diba? Let's say sabihin natin na kada birthday mo, umiikot ka sa Antipolo City or umiikot ka sa bayan mo, tapos namimigay ka for example ng mga breakfast meal sa lahat na nagtatrabaho sa kalsada during ng birthday mo. Right? Tapos nakita ka ng isang award giving body, tapos pinarangalan ka, binigyan ka ng award, binigyan ka ng prize. Right? If that is the condition, hindi ka naman nag-apply, hindi mo naman siya in-applyan, okay, pero nanalo ka ng contest, nanalo ka ng award, therefore that is not included in your gross income. Right? Pero pag meron kang sinalihang contest, an example is sumali si Kat sa singing contest, yan, tapos nanalo siya kasi yung birit niya kagaya ng birit ni Regine Velasquez. Right? So dahil sumali siya dun sa contest, therefore kung ano yung prize na mapanalo niya doon, subject that is included in her gross income. Okay? Prizes and awards in sport competition. All prizes and awards granted to athletes in local and international sporting competition and tournament, whether held in the Philippines or abroad, and sanctioned by the National Sporting Association. Okay, remember this sanctioned by the National Sporting Association. Bakit si Manny Pacquiao? Kasi yung kay Manny Pacquiao, iba na yon. Okay, professional licenses na yung ginagamit niya. At kinita niya na yon, not in the, although kinita niya yon abroad, but that sporting event is no longer sanctioned by the Philippine Boxing Association, right? Okay. Next, yan na. Ito na yung mga hinihintay na mga alipin ng salapi, alipin ng ekonomiya, yan. Yung 13th month pay and other benefit, yan. 13th month pay and other benefit, gross benefit received by official or employee of public and private entities, provided however that the total exclusion under the subparagraph shall not exceed 90,000, which shall cover. So ibig sabihin, kung ang sweldo mo ay 25,000 pesos for example, at ang 13th month pay mo ay 25,000 pesos, therefore, okay, yung 25,000 pesos mo is not subject to any taxation, and that is not included in your gross income. Hindi siya included in your gross income. Bakit? Kasi hindi siya subject to taxation. Kasi nakalagay sa batas up to 90,000 pesos. Pero let's say, ang sahod mo is 130,000 pesos. Now, sa 130,000 pesos, naka-receive ka ng 13th month pay na 130,000 pesos. Okay? Anything in excess of the 90,000 pesos, that will be considered as your gross income already, and that will be taxable. Okay? Next. Benefits received by an official or employee of the national and local government pursuant to Act number 6686. So, same thing. We are talking about the 13th month pay. Okay, benefits received by employee pursuant to Presidential Decree number 851 as amended by Memorandum Order 28 dated August 13, 1986. Okay, so bakit Presidential Decree? Presidential Decree because during the time it was Marcos. During the presidency of Marcos, okay, doon nangyari yung 13th month pay. Kahit tanungin niyo yung mga foreigners, hindi nawi-weird doon sila kung bakit may 13th month pay tayo mga Pilipino. Right? Nung panahon ni Marcos, pinatupad niya yung 13th month pay. Pero during the time, nung panahon ni Marcos, may limit. Ang 13th month pay is up to 1,000 pesos only. Ibig sabihin, kung yung salary mo exceeds 1,000 pesos per month, therefore, hanggang 1,000 pesos ka lang. Right? Eh kaso, nung natanggal si Marcos at umupo si Cory, ang ginawa niya, inamendahan niya. Sinabi niya, bakit 1,000 pesos lang? Eh wala nang halagang 1,000 pesos noon. Or konti, mababa na ang presyo ng pera noon. So ang ginawa ni Cory Aquino, yung kanyang memorandum order, inamend niya yung Presidential Decree 851, yung 13th month pay law, at ang ginawa niya is, ginawa niyang base salary. So kung magkano yung monthly income mo, okay, yun na rin yung 13th month pay mo. Regardless, wala na yung 1,000 pesos maximum limit. Okay? So yan. Next. Benefits received. Oh, same thing lang yan. Okay, so ito pala. Benefits received by an employee or official not covered by Presidential Decree 851 as amended by Memorandum Order 28 dated August 13, 1986. So, ano kung hindi ka covered doon sa 13th month pay law? Sino ba yung hindi covered sa mga 13th month pay law? Mga managers. Managers are not entitled, the employers are not required to pay their managers 13th month pay. Right? Pero dahil ang nangyari, dahil nakakaingit naman, di ba? Yung mga rank and file nakaka-receive ng 13th month pay tapos yung manager hindi. Siyempre, management prerogative yan. At dahil sila ang management, okay, they can use that So, meron na rin silang 13th month pay. So, parang naging tradisyon na lang yan na, okay lang yan. Konti lang naman yung managers. Right? So, kahit hindi sila subject sa 13th month pay, whatever yung income nila na considered na parang 13th month pay, so that also is not included in their gross income, provided that the income is only capped at 90,000 pesos. Other benefits such as productivity incentive or Christmas bonus is also not subject to or not included in the gross pay, but up to 90,000 pesos. So ano bang ibig sabihin nito? Let's say ang sahod mo ay 25,000 pesos. Now, nagkaroon ka na, or 30,000 pesos na lang para madaling mag-compute. 30,000 pesos. So ngayon, yung 30,000 pesos mo na yon, 13th month pay yun. Ngayon, hindi yun subject to any taxation. That is not included in your gross income. Tapos nagkaroon ka rin ng bonus. Yung bonus mo is halagang 60,000 pesos per year. Right? So yung 60,000 pesos per year mo, i-add mo yon doon sa 13th month pay mo, which is 90,000 pesos. So kung 90,000 pesos and below pa rin yung bonus mo in 13th month pay, therefore that income is not not included in the computation of your gross income. Sir, what if, for example, ang aking bonus is 100,000 pesos? Then meron akong 30,000 pesos na income na 13th month pay. So, ano yung taxable? So, ibig sabihin, 100,000 pesos plus the 13th month pay of 30,000 pesos. So, that would be 130,000 pesos. Less 90,000 pesos, so that would be 40,000 pesos. The 40,000 pesos will be included in your gross income. Therefore, that is subject to taxation. Okay? Next. Exclusion from gross income, GSIS, SSS, Medicare. Dati kasi Medicare ang tawag, pero ngayon ang tawag na ay PhilHealth. And other contribution. So, SSS, GSIS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig contributions, and union dues of individual are not included as your gross income. Sa mga may trabaho na dito, so pag nakita niyo yung payslip nyo, di ba, may payslip kayo, nakita nyo doon, gross income. Tapos merong deduction. Ano yung mga deduction? Usually, ang deduction nakalagay SSS, Medicard, SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig. Then after nun, net pay, gross pay net of deduction, then after nun, net pay. So yung mga binawas sa iyo, kumita ka na di ba? Pero binawasan ka ng SSS PhilHealth Pag-ibig. Yung mga binawas ng SSS PhilHealth Pag-ibig is not included in your gross income. So ima-minus mo siya doon sa iyong gross income. Okay? Next. Gains from sales of bond, debentures, and other certificates of indebtedness. Gains realized from the same or exchange or retirement of bonds, debentures, and other certificate of indebtedness with a maturity of more than 5 years. So pag more than 5 years, that is excluded in the gross income. Gains from redemption of shares of mutual fund realized by the investor upon the redemption of the shares of stock in a mutual fund company as defined in Section 22 of this code. So income derived from sales of gold pursuant to Republic Act 7076, income derived from the following transaction pursuant to 7076, otherwise known as the People's Small Scale Mining Act of 1991. So usually ito yung mga mining sa Baguio, yung I think meron pa dito sa somewhere in the Visayas, yung mga maliliit na gold lang, maliliit na minahan lang to. So yan, hindi rin yung subject to gross income. The sales of gold to the Bangko Sentral to the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas by registered small-scale miners as defined by 7076. Okay? So yeah, medyo malalim yan, although bihira na naman to. So imposition of tax, ito na yung pinag-usapan natin dati. So effective January 1 of 2018 and onwards, a final tax of 35% is hereby imposed to the gross up monetary value of fringe benefits, further on grants to the employee, except on rank and file defined in this code, by the employers, whether an individual or corporation, unless the fringe benefit is required by nature of or necessity to the trade, business, or profession of the employer, or when the fringe benefit is for the convenience or advantage of the employer. The tax herein imposed in payable by the employer, which tax shall be paid in the same manner as provided under Section 57 of this code. So, gross up monetary value of fringe benefits shall be determined by dividing the actual monetary value of the fringe benefit by 65%, effective on January 1, 2018, provided, however, that the fringe benefit furnished to the employee and taxable under subsection B, C, D, and E of Section 25 shall be taxed at the applicable rate imposed thereat, provided further that the gross up monetary value of the fringe benefit shall be determined by dividing the actual monetary value of the fringe benefit by the difference between 100% and the applicable rates of the income tax under subsection B, C, D, and E of Section 25. So what is fringe benefit? The fringe benefit defines, as for the purpose of this section, the term fringe benefit means any goods, services, or other benefits furnished or granted in cash or in kind by the employer to an employee, except the rank and file, just such as but not limited to the following. So kung manager ka na, nasa managerial position ka na usually, or supervisory position, usually the company para pang-market nila is they provide fringe benefits to their managers and supervisors. And what are those benefits? So those benefits are housing. Sila yung nagbibigay ng pabahay sa'yo. Expense account. When you say expense account, I have a brother na nag-golf kami. Ang ginagawa niya is sinaswipe niya sa credit card yung golf, yung ano niya, green fee, or yung para mag-golf. Right? Then sagot din ng kumpanya. That's a 20, sabi niya, sagot din ng kumpanya for the reason that clients or rich clients can be found in the golf courses. So binigyan siya ng benefit na makapaglaro siya ng golf para makakilala siya ng mas maraming kliyente. Vehicle of any kind, an example of that in PLDT, if you are already at a vice president position, meron kang halagang 5 million pesos worth of vehicle provided by the company. So may 5 million pesos na ibibigay sa iyo. So what will happen is kung may gusto kang biling kotse, then the company will pay that for you up to 5 million pesos. Anything in excess, sila na bahala. I don't know if that's 5 million or 2 million pesos. I'm not sure with the amount. Right? But definitely meron sila. Household personnel such as maid, driver, and other. So minsan yung bayad doon sa mga house help mo, doon sa mga drivers mo, right? Interest on loans and less than market rate to the extent of the difference between the market rate and actual rate granted. So an example of that is with Citibank. Nung empleyado pa ako ng Citibank, merong Citibank Financial which yung interest niya is napakababa. Parang ang interest niya lang is 10% per year. Compared sa mga empleyado kagaya ko, compared sa interest, if hindi empleyado, pag hindi yata empleyado, ang interest is 24%. Pero pag empleyado ka, ang interest mo is 10% per year lang. right? So that is what you call, that is a special fringe, a special treatment to fringe benefits. Next is membership fee, duties, and other expenses borne by the employer for the employee in social and athletic clubs or other similar organization. Ito yung kinakwento ko kanina, yung sa golf club, right? Sa golf club, sa mga golf courses, right? So meron silang membership fee doon. Expenses for foreign travel, yan, ito sana makahanap ako ng kumpanya na makahanap tayo ng mga kumpanya na yung travel abroad ay sagot ng kumpanya. Right? Sa tagal-tagal ko nasa pagtatrabaho, ang pinakamalayo pa lang na travel is yung Antipolo to Mandaluyong. Hindi, joke lang. Travel expenses Antipolo to Mandaluyong. Kasi parang 3 hours yata ang biyahe. Parang nag-Japan ka na sa sobrang tagal ng biyahe. Anyways. Educational assistance to employees and his dependents. Right? Life or health insurance and other non-life insurance premium or similar amount in excess of what the law is providing. Dun sa dati kong kumpanya, nagpo-provide sila ng about 50,000 pesos life insurance on top of SSS insurance. Okay? Okay, fringe benefit, not taxable. Okay? These are only the fringe benefit which are not taxable. The following fringe benefit are not taxable under this section. So fringe benefits which are authorized and tax exempted from the tax under special laws, contribution of the employers of the benefit of the employee to retirement insurance hospital benefit plan. Benefits given to rank and file employees, whether granted under a collective bargaining agreement or not. De minimis, and later we will discuss what is de minimis. So de minimis benefits as defined in the rules and regulation to be promulgated by the Secretary of Finance upon recommendation of the commissioner. So what are the de minimis? Yan. Okay, kailangan yung i-memorize to. What are these de minimis? Ibig sabihin, these de minimis are not subject to tax. Hindi sila included in your gross income, therefore hindi dapat siya tinataksan. And what are those? Unused vacation leave credits, okay, of private employees not exceeding 10 days can be converted to cash. So let's say meron kayong kumpanya, then yung kumpanya nyo sobrang queuing, sobrang daming trabaho. Therefore, sabi ng kumpanya, sige, pag hindi kayo nag-leave, yung leave nyo pwede nating i-encash. Yung mga hindi nyo nagamit na leave, pwede nyo i-encash. Right? So ikaw naman, dahil medyo alipin ka ng salapi at wala kang pakialam sa work-life balance, so hindi ka nga nagli-leave. Right? Then meron kang 10 days leave na pina-convert mo sa cash. So yung cash, let's say ang sweldo mo is 1,000 pesos per day. So ibig sabihin yung 10 days is 10,000 pesos. So that 10,000 pesos is not included in your gross income, which is not taxable. Okay, hindi siya taxable. Paano sir kung ang leave ko 15 days? Tapos sabi ng kumpanya ko, sige, yung 15 days i-convert natin sa cash. Hindi po ba taxable yon or hindi ba siya included sa gross income? Yung 10,000 pesos or the first 10 leaves, hindi siya included. Pero the next 5, included na siya. Kasi ang limit lang natin is 10 days. But remember, meron tayong 90,000 pesos. Tama? May 90,000 pesos tayo kanina. So if, all the minimis in excess of the minimum maximum required by law, it will apply to that 90,000 pesos. Then after applying to 90,000 pesos, if may sosobra dun sa 90,000 pesos, that's the only time that it is taxable. Okay? Next. Monetized value of both vacation leave and sick leave paid to both government and official employees. Government officials and employees. So yan, pag pinamonetize yung kanilang vacation and sick leave. Pero again, subject to 10 days only. Ay, wala. Yan. Next. Provision on medical cash allowance on dependents of employees not going over 1,500 pesos per semester or 2,250 per month. So kunyari merong maintenance yung anak mo, right? Kung kayo magkakaroon ng anak, tapos may maintenance, may vitamins kayong pinapainom, right? So pwede kayong kung magpo-provide ang company nyo, pwede nyong ipa-reimburse yan. Next, okay, given a rice subsidy equal to 2,000 pesos or 50 kilograms sack of rice. So dati, noong unang panahon, talagang nagbibigay pa ng sako ng bigas. Talagang may sako ng bigas na binibigay sa mga empleyado. Ang problema, noong unang panahon, hindi naman lahat may sasakyan, nagko-commute. Kaya pagdating ng swelduhan at lumabas na yung rice allowance, lahat nakasakay sa jeep, may buhat-buhat na isang sako ng bigas. So, practicality reasons, ginawa na lang nilang pinera na lang. So, up to 2,000 pesos. Right? So, 2,000 pesos, ano na yan? Hindi na NFA yan. Siguro, ano na yan? Dinorado na yan. O kaya, Coco Pandan. Yan, 2,000 pesos. Coco Pandan na yan. Okay? Paano pag more than 2,000 pesos? Right? Sa government, more than 2,000 pesos ang kanilang rice allowance. That 2,000 hanggang 2,000 pesos lang ang hindi included. More than 2,000 pesos, included na siya. Right? But again, subject to the 90,000 pesos benefit. Next, clothing and uniform allowance was increased to 6,000 pesos per year. Yan. So may 6,000 pesos per year. If, okay, hindi to, let me just remind you, these are benefit that was provided by the company. Binigay ito ng kumpanya. Pero hindi nyo pwedeng sabihin na, oy, may ganito palang de minimis, dapat yung kumpanya magbigay sa amin ng ganito. Hindi. Which is voluntary by the company. Pag binigyan kayo ng company nito, thank you. Pag hindi nagbigay ang company, okay lang, hindi naman sila required. Ang sinasabi lang ng batas, kung nagbigay ang kumpanya ng clothing or uniform allowance, yung 6,000 pesos hindi taxable. Okay? 6,000 pesos. Ang dalawang coat and tie yan siguro. 3,000 pesos, dalawa. Diba? Next. Actual medical assistance such as maternity assistance, routine checks and annual medical not beyond 10,000 pesos annually. Right? Next is provision on laundry allowance amounting to 300 pesos per month. Parang ako, ang laundry ko 700 pesos per month eh. Hindi kasi ako naglalaba eh. Ayoko kasi nagsasampay kasi makikita ng mga kapitbahay, baka sabihin under ako. Yan. Okay. So yan. Okay. So ibig sabihin yung 300 pesos per month hindi siya included sa iyong gross income. Okay, next. Inclusion of employee achievement awards such as those of the length of service, recognition of achievement for being outstanding in service, must be a tangible personal property apart from cash or gift card. Okay? This is awarded a yearly monetary value not exceeding 10,000 pesos. It must be received by an employee with an establishment in written plan. Furthermore, this benefit must not be given in prejudice against highly paid employees. Okay, ano ibig sabihin nito? Usually, kunyari, napakagaling mo sa kumpanya. Ikaw si Jollibee, bida-bida. Joke lang. So for example, talaga napakagaling mo sa kumpanya, right? Ngayon, the company will recognize your performance, will recognize your service. Now, this benefit will only apply if the object that will be given to you is not cash. It must be a personal property. Okay, let's say sabihin natin, iregaluhan ka ng air fryer. Yan. Dahil napakasipag mo, hindi ka nalilate pumasok, riregaluhan ka ng air fryer na halagang 10,000 pesos. Right? Okay, if that amount which was given to you does not exceed, or if the personal property which was given to you do not exceed 10,000 pesos, okay, that is not included in your gross income. But if it does exceeds 10,000 pesos, okay, let's say kotse ang binigay sa'yo, right? If it does exceeds 10,000 pesos, the excess of the 10,000 pesos will be subject to, or that will be included in your gross income. Sabihin natin, ang Toyota Wigo ay about 800,000 pesos. Di ba? So, ibig sabihin, yung 790,000 pesos, taxable yun. So, pag lumabas ang income mo, yaring ka. Diba? Lalo na kung kumikita ka lang ng 25,000 pesos, tapos biglang niregaluhan ka ng amo mo ng Wigo, yari ang tax mo nun. Ubos ang tax mo nun. Magkano babayaran mo? Diba? Next. Gift and token received during Christmas or company anniversary celebration must not go beyond 5,000 pesos per annual, or 5,000 pesos per employee annually. Right? So yung may mga Christmas bonus. Yan. So pag less than 5,000 pesos or not more than 5,000 pesos, okay, that is not included in your gross income. Therefore, that is not taxable. Pag sumobra, taxable yung sobra. Okay, those with overtime work and night or graveyard shift with the daily meal allocation must not exceed 25% of the basic wage per region. So yung mga overtime pay, okay, ng mga minimum wage earner, tandaan na, minimum wage earner. Basic minimum wage earner lang to. So kung hindi ka minimum wage, hindi to mag-a-apply sa'yo. Okay? Any perks received by an employee due to the CBA or collective bargaining agreement, along with other productivity incentive token, but not exceeding 10,000 pesos per employee, is given on a taxable year. So kung meron kayong CBA, usually kung mayroong union ang inyong kumpanya, right? So may mga ganyang klase ng token or incentive. All other benefits, token, perks, or incentive given by the employer that is not included in the list are not considered de minimis benefits. Since there are additional benefits, they are subject to the income and withholding tax. More importantly, take note that the limits enumerated above, because of any amount in excess of the limit, is also subject to the income tax for rank and file or fringe benefit tax for those in the managerial or supervisory position. So ang ibig sabihin nito, okay, lahat ng benefits na yon, okay, if it exceeds the limit as prescribed by law, taxable na siya. Okay? Pero dahil nga meron pa tayong 90,000 pesos, pwede mo pa muna siyang ibawas dun sa 90,000 pesos. Then after mo siya ibawas dun, that's the only time that you will be taxed doon sa mga gross income na iyong kinita. Okay? Okay, so that ends this discussion